think it can feel us inside of itself? Yeah. Does it massage while it's on auto power?
Oh, over here.
Oh yeah. It does massage you even though it doesn't know I'm here. Or yeah, well, it thinks that it does know. We had to check the box. It does know we're here. And now it knows that we're being touched. I'm ready, but I have no idea what we're doing. I need the Swede. Where's the Swede?
We're just out here getting it done.
Do you need to seek medical attention?
I think so. I might lose my temper.
That's a prostate.
You'll find out.
Forward! That didn't take much.
Larson?
You never know what we're gonna get into, right, Dougal? You're in the rhubarb! I'm having fun. Today is the day, guys. Today is the day. We have been working out kinks with the sprayer. It's gotten severely windy, but we've got the field sprayed, or currently just about done with it, and it's time to unleash the autonomous digger. Are you ready, Sam?
Ready for what? To scream into the wind?
It's too windy, but it is not too windy for tillage.
Nope. Diggers can dig in the wind.
Yes.
That's not a problem.
Field cultivators, Sam.
It depends on who our audience is.
This all got started because we want to maybe upgrade diggers, and they're like, hey, we'll bring out a digger for you, see what it's like, and then it just so happens to be pulled by a 640.
We do have a digger. It is attached to a tractor, and the tractor happens to be autonomous.
Yeah. Giant Roomba. If it can be done in the house, it can be done in the field, right?
Exactly.
All right, let's get her out there. So it's not, this is Caleb, by the way. He's the guy that we've been calling all spring long with just random issues, AMS issues.
Is this true? We got to know you guys a little bit.
So what's your professional title at Kibble?
The fancy title is Proc Sport Specialist.
There you go.
Basically the AMS guy
Yes.
is the easy term for it.
Yep. So he takes care of our area, which we've done a lot of talking with him. Just quick questions down to just like trouble with the sprayer.
There was some issues.
Yes. So
Turned out to not be deer, but we figured it out.
You also been playing with this some.
Yep, playing with this all spring.
It's been going to like a ton of different farmers.
Yep. So we had it out by Millbank. We had it kind of northeast of Monty. There's a few other dealers that have it. We have a couple, but this is kind of the one I've been running around with, making sure it's going. We've had it. This is the third customer. Ran it over about 2,000 acres already this spring.
Well, we're eager to more or less just see the digger, and also I'm very interested in seeing the tractor since we all read, and this one's a lot newer than our 9RX, and I'm hoping that it's all around better than our 9RX.
It has gone surprisingly smooth this spring. The thing runs great. Hey.
Are you just following me up? Thank you. Appreciate that. Are we just waiting on the path to generate?
We're generating a path.
Yep.
Generated like that.
Generated once, and then we were going to switch the start point because I wanted to go down to the other side of the field.
And this one, we're going to run at a slight angle. We're going with the baby angle.
3.2 degrees.
That's right, exactly, just that.
Like its ability to break up quads is not as much pressure as it is speed. Like it's like a bingo wheel.
We're talking about the basket. So what are the big changes of this versus a 2210 that we run with? First off, it says they're 200-pound shank trip.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a lot stronger than our 200-pound, but ours also could be very wore out from the many acres that it's covered.
Well, it could be both because there were some design changes like late in the 2210 run, but the same overall design carried over right from the 2210 to the 2230.
Okay.
And really, that's the only thing that changed, or the only thing that stayed the same was the shank itself. I guess and the sweep that attaches to it, but the rest of it, the frame's all completely new, so completely redesigned from a 2210.
Well, it looks a lot more beefy, which I appreciate because I've welded a lot on our previous model, which I notice now they got a lot more angled gusseting, which I like to see.
It's beefier where it needs to be beefier, and it's not as beefy where it doesn't need to be beefy, if that makes sense.
So it looks beefier, but it's still somewhat light?
Same on weight, especially on a floating hitch between 2210 and 2230. It's pretty much the same weight across the width if you find one that's the same. But this frame was designed specifically to be a field cultivator frame only. the old 2210, or it's the 2200, 2400 project. They were sort of supposed to be the same. You could use a chisel plow frame for a field cultivator and vice versa.
Yeah.
This one is specifically for the 2230, so the spacing is like perfect. So like right on the 6-inch mark.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
How fast can you go with this? What are they designed for?
It's designed to go up to 10.
Really?
So 7 to 10 is your ideal speed range. And specifically for one with baskets is what I tell people, especially like we have one at home. I tell my dad, you can't go 5 because the basket doesn't do as good of a job at 5 as it does at 7 or 8. If you don't want to go 10, you know, fine. I see why guys might, if you have rocks, you don't want to wear sweeps out, the faster you go, the faster you wear stuff out. 7 or 8, if you have a basket especially, you definitely want to go 7 to 8.
Baskets are raisable, so for us in the mud, that's a huge thing.
Yeah, so
there's certain areas that you just would have a solid wheel.
Yeah. One, not only does it have, so it has a 3-bar coil tine and then a basket, versus like the old style was a 2-bar and a basket. 3-bar basket's under hydraulic pressure, so you can raise it. You also can put it in float, so it's not putting down pressure on it. It's still spinning and breaking up clods, but there's no pressure on it hydraulically.
All right, so we're used to AccuDepth. This is equipped with, we did pressure wash the windows. We couldn't see out of it this morning, which turned into a total rinse job, but I see we missed the true set box.
Oh, well, sorry, we forgot kibble.
Scratching the paint.
Nope, we're just the decal. We got to get the kibble in the bottom too. So this one's got TrueSet Active, which is going to be like standard on all new, well, most tillage tools in general that John Deere makes. So the difference between this and the AccuDepth is we've still got single point. So it's just built onto a single point system, and then it's active because it's got this sensor, which is basically a boom track sensor, if you're familiar from a sprayer, that monitors the height from the ground. So it's always monitoring how high the frame is off the ground. That way it can account for, like, if you build up mud on the tires and all of a sudden it's an inch higher, about 30 seconds, and if it sees you're consistently at a higher height than what is set, it will adjust it down. That's the idea behind it.
Wow.
So it's not just where the sensor and the linkage think it is, it's actually measuring the real depth. With AccuDepth, it was all like, hydraulics were all parallel, so there was no, if it didn't work, right, if there was a problem, you had really no way to control depth. Because this one's built onto a single point system, you can still raise the individual sections. You got this valve here on each one of the wing cylinders, but it's got a common rail hydraulic flow that goes into the bottom. So basically, if it reads that it's 1/10 of an inch off or more, it will open up that flow with that solenoid valve, adjust the height. You don't need to rephase in the field, and obviously then it can adjust, you can adjust it from the cab. So like if your wing wheels start picking up mud and they seem to be up higher, it's smiling, you can adjust them down. You've got all that control, but then if something doesn't work, which you guys have found sometimes, you have an issue with something, you can just unplug it, use a single point rod if you ever need to. Or if you hook it up to a tractor that's not compatible or whatever, like one of those red ones.
Easy.
I got sick in my mouth a little bit.
Oh my God. Boy, spring is starting to feel like summer. Hey, Toby, come on. Let's go. It's dinner time. It's dinner time. It's your favorite time. Oh, yes. I am hungry, and thanks to Factor, we are going to get filled up today. So thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. What I like about Factor is within 2 minutes, I can be eating no matter what job I'm doing, or maybe it's the middle of the night and the wife is hungry and feeding our daughter. She can quick pop one of these things in for 2 minutes and be eating and feeding her. So Factor is actually designed by chefs and is dietitian approved. Just like that, we're ready. So if you guys want to try eating stress-free like I do, or just always have food readily available, ready, prepared, no mess, no cleanup, you can save 50% off your order plus free shipping by heading to factor75.com or the link in the description and use code 50LARSON. That will get you 50% off your first order. Once again, factor75.com, link in the description. Fits into my lifestyle very well. Right, Toby? Yeah. Toby wants to get back to today's video. So are you ready to push the go button?
We're ready to go.
Should we not be standing where we're standing?
Correct.
Well,
Potential human too close is the error that's coming up on the screen.
Well, it should be.
Right.
It's 3 humans too close and 1 Sasquatch.
Yeah, we're ready to
So
go.
we move and it's just gonna go by
Yep.
itself.
As long as we stand within 1,500 feet, we can swipe the red button, yellow button. So everything in here is on. Sensors are in standby. We can go in here and click start autonomy, swipe to work. So now it's going to go through its warning sequence. So it's going to honk 10 times. The lights are flashing all over the place.
That they are.
It's like a disco ball. And then,
So basically,
you'll see
yeah,
it
look at
roll
that.
up there, and
It's moving.
so it's going to turn around here, head back up that way. And
Wow. Basically, now you'd move. The idea behind this is not needing an operator. So one operator runs what? As many as you need.
Yep.
And then you just drive them from field to field.
Or if you're running a tender or something, I mean, you've got a virtual operator, right? Somebody who's watching the phone, watching what's going on. You can check the cameras. You don't need to sit in the seat.
Because we did it at an angle, it doesn't perfectly match up their headland, so it's got to do 2 goofy passes and then it'll be on its way.
So it's done this much. We did have it stop twice, but you guys said if it's going to have issues, it's during startup.
Yep. Beginning and end.
And now it's literally gone what 3 rounds now and hasn't
More-
stopped.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Look at it go. It's kind of cool.
It's a trip. It's definitely a trip to watch it for the first time, and the second time, and the third time.
Everybody that's run it's had the same reaction. It gets going and they sit there and they grin ear to ear for the first 20 minutes or just shake their heads.
You guys have been running it. I've seen some of your posts. People with concerns about it. You have any remarks to?
Well, so it's one of those things, like if you look at it from the standpoint of how much of a leap is this technology, like you guys run auto-track turn automation, which
Love it.
at that point, 90% of the field, you don't touch the wheel at all. It picks up the planter, it starts the planter, stops the planter, turns around for you, puts it back down, all that. So you're already like 95% of the way to what we're doing here. You just have somebody with their butt in the seat watching settings or watching for something to go wrong. Well, now we have the ability to monitor the machine remotely. You can see the cameras from the Op Center app. And so the leap is not far, for you guys. It's just the fact, not seeing somebody sitting in a seat is kind of wild.
How does it decipher mud? Now, obviously, there is no risk of that, though the dust is flying. It's too dusty. Honestly, I'm a little concerned about having moisture for the beans, but that's not the tractor's fault. That's just that it's seeming to be a desert.
So if it is wet out, there is a sensor in there for wheel slippage. You'll see it in your planter, you see it in the ripper. If it gets over a certain percent, it'll stop itself. That way it doesn't bury itself in the mud and you have an absolute disaster.
I mean, is that a
hands.
guarantee it's going to stop in time not to be stuck? No, but
Less
it's not
stuck.
going to create a disaster.
Me and Brody we're gonna jump in and just sit in it, I
Give
guess.
it a ride along.
I guess so. So he's gonna pause it when it gets up here, and then we're gonna jump in, and then he's gonna resume it. Okay.
Ready?
We are supposed to just hit the auto steer button.
Here it does its thing.
Yeah,
Blinky
it's
lights are
flashing
going.
the lights. I think it's supposed to beep.
It is.
It's beeping. This is crazy. This is crazy, Grody. So it's currently, like this is the route it's doing, so we're skipping passes. Makes it easier to turn. So here's the pass we'll be heading for. Shifting up. now he's got set to try to go 10 miles an hour, but it is, I mean, it's never going to pull it at 3.5 inches deep at 10 miles an hour. It looks like 7.2. That's what we pull ours at typically. And we haven't touched anything. So now we had to click a button saying that there is someone riding in here, but it will act like there's no one in here. So if something makes it stop, it will. Well, now we're at the other end, so we'll see what happens. Do it perfect. We're gonna be skipping what we already have tilled. This is a 60 foot digger, 60 foot 6-inch digger. Turning. I don't know what angle you want to look at, because I don't know what angle I want to look at.
I don't even know where to look. There's so much going on here.
Yeah, whether it's the screen. I'm glad it knows what it's doing, because I have no idea what's going on. And now, away we go. Into the wind.
We got another one. Oh, now we want to.
We're trying to figure out, I took it out of the ground a 1/2 inch. It looked like it was kind of a little bit too deep, so now it's trying to figure out where we want to be. So we want to run a little bit deeper because this is going to be black turtle beans. We want to make sure we get all the weeds and not just some of the weeds, because we are following up with very poor, or just not as strong, not as good at chemicals to kill the weeds when they are growing. So we want to make sure we hoe them out with the organic tillage we got going on right here. So it looks like we're going 8.5 miles an hour currently. I'm assuring you it's at I don't know where that indicator gauge is at, but I'm assuring you it's at 100% load, because otherwise it'd be trying to go 10, right? Or it's trying to go 10. But she's tapped for horsepower. Do you think it can feel us inside of itself?
Yeah.
Does it massage while it's on auto power?
Over here.
Oh yeah. It does massage you even though it doesn't know I'm here. Or yeah, well it thinks it does know. We had to check the box. It does know we're here. And now it knows that we're being touched. Brody's just tickled pink about the root balls not being there so aggressively. Like what we're used to seeing. Clods. Big clods.
The root balls have no dirt on them.
Well, it could be also because
It's so dry.
It's so dry. As you can tell, we have had it stop a few times because it freaks out because of the dust. Because, well, the camera actually, you can see better through the camera, which I would think is benefiting the tractor, but I can't see anything right there. I literally can't with my eyes. The camera, I can see a little bit better, so I guess that's a perk. There's what it's seeing. It's a little glitchy due to our lack of service with our cell phone, but it's that's what it's looking at. So basically, it's looking for obstacles such as rocks.
I think there's a camera.
Really anything, I suppose. Huh?
I think there's a camera in your too.
I hope not. It was just touching me. It is a lot quieter in this, and I think it rides smoother than our narrow track. So our 9RX, our 420, that is a 2018. So it was, I believe, one of the first models.
I think so.
Beginning of them.
They've
made some massive improvements. I'll say that. It rides smoother. Now it's a narrow track versus a wide track, and I bet this thing would ride even smoother if it was wide stance to 120. I think it would be even more stable. But yeah, they've made some improvements. Here we go. We avoided the pole. We avoided the edge of the field. We are rounding the corner. Lowering is commencing.
Too easy.
I honestly don't think we need to be in here anymore. You ever drove your vehicle in park before?
That's not right.
Moments after that clip, the dust got too much and we slammed into park. Not park, but she put the brakes on. Then it stops, it backs up. It'll also do this if there's an obstacle that it needs to stop for. Now the dust is clear, it's determined that it's clear to go. Lowers her down, starts grabbing gears. Sam actually and Caleb actually said that they've had more issues with that today than they have all spring, but it's also 94 degrees, very, very windy and very dusty, and we're working the
Worst possible.
worst possible direction you could possibly work the field. Like, we told them go the same direction as fall tillage does because that's what we do. Well, no one thought about this problem. But it's literally couldn't be worse for the machine and for what we're trying to do today, reversing. It does do this impressively well. Well, this is what we do now as it's autonomy. Sit and talk to Sam.
Autonomy time?
Yeah.
Your thoughts
My thoughts. I think
on the principle of autonomy.
I was extremely skeptical like the last couple of years, but I think they're on to something. It's impressive that it does that. It
So
does way better than I was expecting. I'll say that.
Skeptical on whether or not it could work.
Yeah.
But what if it did work?
What if it did work?
Yeah.
Well, it is working.
Yeah. Not in your farm particular. Farms of your general.
I think for
size.
the right operation, it would be usable.
Well, we
Just
are
get-
using it now.
Well, I mean, just get one guy going.
One operator running
Three of
three of
them,
them.
yeah.
You can have a good quality operator doing multiple machines and making sure they're all doing their job at the same time.
Is it weird that the autonomous tractor was rubbing my butt?
Oh, you had it in massage? It's
Is
only
it-
weird if you make it weird, man.
So now it's really windy because we're not using the kibble truck for wind block. We're a
Windbreak.
studio. Yeah, I don't know what there is to look at. I did take it out a half inch from we were at 3.5. I went to 3, and then I put more weight on the baskets. But
I don't know if this was 3 or 3.5.
this would be 3. This was where I think we were joyriding. So he changed his name on Instagram from Tillage Man Sam to Kibble Man Sam.
That was
So
a couple of years ago, though.
Yeah, I get confused, but you get so excited about tillage.
I'm still tillage guy at heart.
Yeah.
It never leaves you.
Yeah.
Once you love the dirt, which is ironic for
Do you ever
the fact
smell
that-
or eat it?
Eat it? No, but the smell's nice. I mean, it's pretty level underneath. It's pretty level
Yes.
on top. A lot of root balls still that are half broken.
There is moisture here. I was concerned at the beginning that we weren't going to have moisture, but we've got good moisture. And would you say that the basket is going to try to kind of compact it a little bit to hold the moisture in?
Yeah, I mean, I think the right word is firm, so it keeps it from being so soft,
Or
pillowy.
compacted?
People don't like the word compacted, though.
I know
Especially
what
when it
you're
comes
getting
to
at.
tillage.
I know, I just like watching you squirm. So, Randy's out here ringing the field, but this is basically the line, I would say, where Brody is standing. The 2230 versus the 2210 rolling baskets versus non. I mean, look, it's a lot more, seems like trashy chunks. Very rough and ridgy. I mean, nothing that we haven't seen in every single field of ours, but this is definitely doing a... I mean, they're still trash, but look at the root balls have no dirt, much less dirt in them.
Active true set makes a bit of a difference still.
Well, we finished the field. Now I'm just going around doing headlands. I'm on my second pass around the field, not doing autonomy. This is the old way. The steering, use the round thing in front of you. So I'm just watching the digger work. This is a 60 footer, like I said before. According to Sam, you can go up to 10 miles per hour with it. That sounds crazy to me, but I am currently going 8 miles an hour at 3 inches deep. It's pulling the tractor for all it wants, but that got me thinking maybe a guy can, so the one that Randy typically pulls, the one we'd probably be updating, is a 64 footer, so maybe going to a smaller unit, like a 60 footer, but being able to do more ground speed, you're gonna be awash. Bigger implements take better operators, is what I'm trying to get at. If you're not gonna go the autonomy route, which I don't foresee us trading off all our quad tracks, because financially that's just not gonna be a possibility. So the long and the short of it is what I'm trying to get at, is maybe going to a 60 footer and pulling it at 7, 8 miles an hour will get as much done as a 64, 70 footer, something like that. Save a little bit of money on the width of the unit. But then you got that new issue where the operator has to be comfortable with being able to go 8 miles an hour and be able to handle a big unit. All decisions, remember this whole experience, this whole day has started by me calling a salesman, and 2 hours later Sam called and, hey, I got a fun day planned for you guys. Here's our fun day, guys. I have been enjoying it. I do like seeing the new ideas and the upcoming ideas, and as much as I'm sure the comment section will be against some of the technology, auto steer stuck, didn't it? I know Dad and my uncle wouldn't go back to farming with hand steering, so it's coming. Wow, she really goes. Really goes. So I do like the narrow transport. I don't know if you go to like a 65 or a 70. I really don't know anything about these diggers. Never looked into a different field cultivator, but the narrow transport down the road, like it is, if it was a wide stance, the digger would be narrower than the wide stance tractor. I'm pretty sure about that, or the same width. And you guys can't see a thing back there, can you? All right, we're calling it a night. Today was just taking slow, setting up a sprayer, which you guys did not see. It's just, we yard tested it, worked great, got to the field, NCV quit working, and it was trouble diagnosing. Never really had that issue before, so it was a new thing to deal with. It's so dry, we're playing the card, do we wait for rain? We'll probably be planting these 2 fields, but good chance of rain towards the end of the week. But if we miss that and plant the crop in dry dirt, edibles is not one to mess with an uneven emergence. That would be so bad when it comes to needing to desiccate them and harvest them, and they're really fussy on colors and splits. So I don't know, we're trying to make up our mind. With that being said, I think I'm going to end the video here. Truly appreciate you watching. Once again, this is just an opportunity that we had. I am not pushing either side. I have no opinion either way. I think autonomy will be here someday. It is here. I think it will continue to get better. And if you are a hater on that the people that invented cars got hate. I can't make you feel better. It's where the future is going to, guys. So don't blow my comment section up. Well, you can blow it up and boost the video. I appreciate that. But I just appreciate the cool opportunity to run something different. It was fun. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.